Hello, my wonderful people. This is going to be your weekly reading for August 12th through 18th. I hope you're doing amazing this month. So this is your astrology. Of course, you can zip through this if you're not interested and go straight to the reading for your specific sign. But we're just going to talk about what's going on. So we still have the retrogrades. Things are changing. You're evolving. This is a time where there's a lot of confusion, as we've talked about before, and you're just kind of shifting through and building for your future life. Okay, so that's what all the retrogrades really are about in a nutshell. We have Mars in retrograde this week. We have nothing new coming in. This is like old energy. Okay, so so yes, Mars is still in retrograde until the end of the month. Sorry, I got distracted. But this time, this week is about trying new things. You're changing your life habits, but more in a way where so you can experience new things or see if things work. You're taking a little bit more of risks, okay? So you may also be going out more or doing things with others when you've been staying in, or doing a lot of mental contemplation, and you're starting to be more expressive socially, okay, this week. Mercury in retrograde. So Mercury is still in retrograde, and you're still clarifying your life, okay? I feel as though, and this is the same that goes for last week, you're taking your expectations of people and lowering them, and even situations, so you can see them almost for what they are, okay? Instead of putting things on high pedestals, you're allowing things to have that like a fail margin, so you can still experience life and experience what it is that you should get from people and situations, instead of thinking, oh, this is just stupid, there's no point, you know, and giving things a chance. That's the best way for me to explain it. So your Uranus is also retrograde this week, and it opens you up for good financial situations, but mostly on things that you're currently doing, okay? So it's not like things being dropped out of the sky for you. It's things that you're working on, things that you're influencing, whether it be by manifestation or physical hand, like putting more effort into work, classes, projects, things like that. But they are going to come into fruition more and more towards the end of the month, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is pull 3 cards and get a little bit of intuitive messages this week. This week there aren't really any new transits, so it's almost like the same energy from last week, okay? So we have the 2 of Wands, the base chakra, and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, there are going to be opportunities that you are going to be able to get into this week. So look out for those. They're going to help grow you. Be careful about thinking too hard about things. This is a good time for you to just step into situations, and I feel like they're going to work out really well. I mean, be careful about what it is that you do. I'm not saying to just jump in and be crazy and not think about things, but it's a good time to take risks based on what it is that you have already tried to build. Like, don't just take a risk out of the blue. If there's an opportunity, I feel as though you should step out and try to take it. You are definitely going to be building some foundations towards your stability, cars, home, careers, stability within your life. You are going to be taking steps towards that this week. Now, I feel like there are going to be some issues with money, or issues with giving to certain things, but that's something that you're going to have to get through yourself. If you want to produce the things that you want to produce, you're going to have to put that time and effort in. All right. That's just something to keep in mind. Okay. Don't mismanage your money. Don't mismanage your situation. Don't put yourself in any kind of debt that is unnecessary this week. Okay. So moving on to your reading, I will see you next week. Hello, Aries. This is your weekly reading for the week of August 12th through 18th. I'm sorry that the cards are laid out already. And that is because I started talking about your video and realized that my microphone was off, as I do from time to time. So I apologize about that. But briefly, before we get into this, if you would like a personal reading for more insight on your specific situation, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. You can go to the website located here at the top, or you can click on the link in the description box below. But this week, let's see what Spirit has for you, Aries. And your overall energy is the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse talks about not being in control this week. Okay. And I feel like you're not being demanding over the situations in your life. Okay. I feel like you're just letting things flow to see what happens. I feel like you do want to take control and you do want to push things and make things happen, but there's more of an energy of you just letting things flow this week to see what happens naturally. Okay, which I can understand. I see here that there was an issue with things moving forward, even though there was clarity given within a situation, meaning that there was communication about it. You discussed, they discussed, or maybe you just discussed and they didn't really respond the way you wanted them to. But it doesn't feel like it's moving forward in the way that you thought that it would move forward. Okay. This could be with a water sign. I do see a Capricorn here as well. Water being Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I also see a Virgo here. Okay. So, like I said, there is clarity in your emotions. I feel like you're being open and intuitive and letting things flow the way they should. It feels very smooth to me. And I feel that that is what you're going to be doing this week regarding this situation, instead of pressing everything forward and trying to actually make something happen. Now, I feel like with this Nine of Swords being in reverse, that you have a ray of hope in your heart, even though there is no movement, even though nothing is really pushing forward, and you're not pushing it forward, that you still have positive feelings about what's happening. Okay. And I feel like you're starting to let it go. Okay. With the Devil in reverse, you're not letting it bond you. Okay. Or the idea of a situation is not bonding you down the way that it should. You're not letting it be the center of your thought. Okay. You are doing other things, focusing on other things besides that, because I feel like you have other things in life that you have hope for, or things that you're working on. Okay. So I do feel like emotionally you're in a better spot and you're being more understanding. Okay. And you're letting go of more of your childish ways this week, which is really good. You're taking more of a passive approach on things and not trying to push everything without thinking it through. So that looks very good for you. So you also have the Two of Wands and the Lover's card. Beautiful. The Two of Wands means this week you are stepping forward. There's going to be the beginning of new things, the early stages. Those ideas that you had that weren't moving are now going to move forward, okay? You're starting something new with your life. You're letting the old things go so you can build something new in your future. The Lover's card talks about choices. This could also be choices in love very strongly because the Lover's card is here. Or it just could be choices in your life. You're choosing to let go of things that do not serve you. You're choosing to let go of things that are childish. Okay, if you haven't, this is the time to do that. Okay, and like I said with the Emperor, you're taking more of a passive approach because you're healing yourself. You're becoming stronger and you're becoming smarter this week. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's see what your oracle card is this week, Aries. Self-esteem. This doesn't mean that you have low self-esteem, okay? It just means that your self-esteem is going in a different space. You're becoming smarter. You're becoming stronger. You're becoming more spiritually in tuned, okay, with where you're supposed to be going. It says self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. You see that? So it's not just about focusing on how someone else feels. It's not just about focusing on how you feel all the time. I feel like you're starting to get the picture, okay? You're starting to blossom into something different, something stronger. To help you build a more solid foundation in the future. I love it. I feel like you're opening up to clarity. You've gotten some sense of clarity about what's going on in your life and you're just taking that forward, okay? But I feel like you're doing more of a listening, more of a paying attention, and taking steps towards things that are actually for you and not trying to manifest situations that aren't really for you. You just want them to be for you. Okay, so thank you so much for listening, Aries, and I will see you next week. I love you very much. Love and light. Bye-bye.